It's December and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, games, holiday happenings, and a wonderful day at the Louisiana Book Festival. Greetings and welcome to the December edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. This month, the library is brought to you by the letter blend th and the numbers 22 through 25, as in 25 Days of Christmas. So the library staff is sourcing book ideas for your holiday giving. We'll also offer you a chance to participate in improvisational and crowdsourced storytelling with Camp Fireball. Holiday movies and music concerts abound. Dulcimer and drums, EBR School's Talented Music Candlelight Concert, the Civic Orchestra of Baton Rouge, the Gifted and Talented Music Winter Concert, and multicultural sounds from the House of Palacios. Winter Movies on the Plaza will feature a certain Polar Express, and we're finishing up the Sock It To Me Drive and starting the annual Winter Food Drive. And for those of you who like a little something different, Saturday Science dives deep with marine robotics and will host the horror for the holidays. Construction on Scotlandville Branch Phase 1 is now complete, and the library is fully operational in its temporary headquarters in the Archives Annex. We'll begin work on the actual Scotlandville Branch Library this spring, and when we're done, the Scotlandville Branch will be expanded and totally renovated. Follow its progress on the info guide online. And speaking of online, the library's new website premieres December 10th. Still the same address, ebrpl.com, but easier to navigate. Phase 2 of that project will be a new catalog sometime next year. Get more details in this month's issue of The Source, available in print and online at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
Online learning on demand has been a real game changer for our patrons. In most cases, our learning platforms deliver everything from micro courses that are a few minutes in duration to workshops that are 1 to 3 hours long. But sometimes you need to dig in a bit more. It's time to find out in the digital download.
Available 24/7, Gale Courses provide more than 325 6-week-long online programs taught by college instructors. New courses begin each month and lessons are assigned twice a week, enhanced with images, videos, and games to support varied learning styles. Users will enjoy a self-paced learning environment where you don't have to be online at a certain time every week. One of the greatest features of these courses is that you can engage with fellow students and the instructor through weekly discussion boards. That can add a great deal of impact to the learning experience. And you can make some friends along the way. Classes include professional skills and hobbies, everything from Microsoft Office to gardening to learning guitar. There is something for every interest. The most popular courses that people have enrolled in this year through EBRPL have included Speed Spanish, Accounting Fundamentals, and Computer Skills in the Workplace. Once you've completed a 6-week-long course, you'll receive a certificate to celebrate your achievement. You can browse the full course catalogue and discover more online learning opportunities by visiting the digital library at ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Andrew. Gale Courses has provided a tremendous resource to our patrons for more than a decade. Whether you're gaining valuable skills for work or enhancing your life at home, this is a real continuing ed platform with something for everyone. And all you need is that library card. Let's shift gears now and go beyond the stacks. And boy, did we go beyond the stacks, all the way to the Louisiana Book Festival downtown.
My name is Katrina Stokes. I am the Executive Director of East Baton Rouge Parish Library. Today we are at the Louisiana Book Festival, and we are showcasing our library as well as our newest bookmobile, whom we have affectionately named King Cake, which visits about 150 daycare centers and preschools every month. So if you can't come to the library, we're coming to you. Our library, as well as other libraries around the state, love to collaborate in order to make this event happen. This is a great way to get to know local authors from around the state. We've got an interesting array and varied array of authors for fiction, nonfiction, historical, specifically history around Louisiana. Several interesting people coming, including Amanda Jones, who I believe was from Livingston Parish. She's been on the news lately. We're very excited to meet her. It's just to raise public awareness. I know a lot of people, even though our library is a very large library throughout the parish, there are still many people out there who haven't been to the library probably since they were children. And this is a reminder that yes, we're here, and we are still here for each and every person, each and every resident of Baton Rouge Parish. And we are excited to have them come back to us. We hope they'll come back to us. We have so many programs and services to offer. That includes fun programs, learning STEM activities, story time, but we also have career and small business counseling and services as well to offer. Yes, you really need to get your library card if you don't have one. Or better yet, if it's expired, you need to come renew it with us today.
Festival goers and library staff all had a fabulous day. We got the chance to chat with so many readers and book lovers from all over the state and so many new authors to try. Stay right there after the break. And Nowak joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that preparing children to enter kindergarten is good for us all. That's why we created Press Start, an early learning initiative that provides a free activity booklet every month that explores early literacy skills through play and interaction at home. Get a library card. Sign up for Press Start at ebrpl.com/kids.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
I tell my son, I love you every single day.
I love you.
Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
You're watching the December edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. All right, Ann, what does the Career Center do?
Well, we help the community with anything and everything having to do with job search and career. That can be as simple as helping you fill out an online application on one of our computers, and it goes into depth such as a career coaching session, trying to figure out what you want to do with your life or with the rest of your life or with just your next step.
That's kind of a really important step,
Yeah.
figuring out what you're going to do. Who does the Career Center serve? Because this could be a lot of different people.
Yes, and we do serve a lot of different people. I have written resumes with CEOs, and I have worked with people that can barely read and write. So we truly serve everybody. That's what we thrive on. We pivot according to whoever walks through our door. And so we will work with the very educated, and we will work with the ones that need a little more help.
And across the gamut of age?
Absolutely, as young as 14 as old as 82.
Oh, okay, I need to talk to that person. So the younger job seekers have a place in the Career Center as well. It's not just mid-career people or people wanting to make a change.
Right. So for the younger job seekers, it's typically they come in the spring, they're thinking about summer, how they can make money during the summer. So we talk to them about summer jobs, or we do programs for teens. We always have our Cool Career Summer Series. And we also administer some assessments like the Strong Interest Inventory, which can help them figure out what they might want to do after high school.
Right. What is the right path for them?
Right.
What's coming up in 2025?
Yes, so we are working on a lot of programming right now. So we start January off with our Work at Home 101. So a program where we're going
People are so interested in that.
And there's so many scams out there. So that's why we do it. We want to save you guys from falling for those scams. And then we have our regular resume and interview seminars. We have something coming up about franchising, how to run a franchise, buy a franchise, about how to get federal jobs. So lots of different things. And last but not least, we will do our Artist's Way program again, which should start in February.
So wonderful. That's such a special niche. And then you've also helped with job fairs. You've gone to job fairs. You've hosted job fairs. And one thing I really love, you've done a workshop on how to present yourself at a job fair, because you don't just show up smacking gum and wearing your blue jeans, do you? What if you can't come in person to the Career Center at the main library in Goodwood? How can you help people remotely?
Yes, so two ways. Once we have our website, www.careercenterbr.com, where you find lots of resources, resume templates, interview prep, and so on. But then, of course, we have our YouTube channel with 200 videos spanning a wide variety of career-related topics. Right now, our hits are the teen interview prep videos. We have a whole playlist just for teens. And our application walkthrough videos. We have dozens of videos for popular employers like Walmart, Target, Applebee's, Academy stores, where we walk you through how to best fill out those applications.
These could be short videos focused. They're very specific to these employers.
Correct.
So that's great. Well, how do folks find out more? We go to www.careercenterbr.com. Yeah, so careercenterbr.com. This is such a valuable service that you're providing to the community. We can't thank you enough for all the work that you and your team do. After the break, author Patrice Maguire, plus we're going to revisit the Bill of Obligations. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that supporting the education of students is good for us all. That's why we provide access to live, in-person, online tutoring through Homework Louisiana, make available free test preparation tools through Learning Express, plus reference tools for all ages. Get a library card. Get free education at ebrpl.com/homeworkhelp. Free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available through the Libby app. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to the December edition of the Library Roadshow. My next guest hails from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. Her interest in writing began in 3rd grade. After serving in the U.S. Marine Corps, she became a mother to 3 sons who she raised in North Carolina. In 2012, she moved her family back home to Louisiana, where she lives today. Drawing inspiration from her own life, Patrice Maguire now writes children's books, inspired by her love of family and her faith. Patrice joins me now by phone to discuss her career, The Many Faces of Mila the Cat, and her other books. Patrice, how did you get your start as an author?
I wrote my first book in the summer of 2017 after moving to Zachary, Louisiana. I recognized that my cat Mila had a lot of fears and thought about the unique way she became part of our family. I knew that children and adults alike would relate to Mila's fears and be encouraged by her determination and bravery to survive by overcoming her fears. The Many Fears of Mila the Cat was published in 2018. My second book, The Wonderful Life of Mr. Bear, was published in 2019. Likewise, it is a true story about our dog, Mr. Bear, and the unique way he became part of our family. Then I wrote my third book, The Little Boy That Could, in 2019, but it wasn't published until early 2023 due to the pandemic and other life circumstances.
What is The Many Fears of Mila the Cat about?
The Many Fears of Mila the Cat is a true story about Mila's journey from abandonment to adoption and all the fears she had to overcome to discover her best life. The Wonderful Life of Mr. Bear is a true story that invites us to journey with Mr. Bear down his road from wonderful life to tragedy to homelessness to finding love and belonging again. It's a true story that addresses sadness and the ups and downs of life and encourages children and adults to enjoy life, never give up hope, and remember the good during hard times.
What inspired you to write these books?
I wrote my books to inspire children to not to allow their fears, sadness, or life challenges to keep them from living their best lives. With God, all things are possible.
What advice would you share with young aspiring authors?
You will encounter many roadblocks, but don't give up. If you truly believe in what you have to say to the world, don't allow anything or anyone to stop you. You probably won't become an overnight success, but don't lose heart. Keep moving forward. Use your words to encourage, motivate, and inspire.
Where can our viewers learn more about you?
You can learn more about me and my work by going to my author page on Amazon or www.booksbypatricemaguire.com. I'm also on Facebook as Books by Patrice Maguire, Instagram at Love Books by PM, and X at Patrice Maguire 4.
Thanks, Patrice. It always inspires me to meet local authors on the show. Keep up the great work. We here at your East Baton Rouge Parish Library are in the business of inspiring action. That way certainly is true of this next program, the Bill of Obligations, where we inspired civic responsibility.
Tonight we're at the Goodwood Library at Goodwood, the main library at Goodwood, and we have 2 things going on tonight. The first thing we had was the General Philemon chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution. They did a tea tasting test,
where attendees had the chance to taste the 5 different varieties of tea that were thrown overboard during the Boston Tea Party on December 16th, 1773.
Following that, tonight we have the Bill of Obligations, the final session of our 5-session series. The Bill of Obligations is based on the book, The Bill of Obligations by Robert Hass. And what we've done this week is we've watched the documentary that the book that is based on the book, and the concepts in the documentary we then discuss with an audience of whoever shows up. Some of the discussions have been rather frank, and it's refreshing because people have come to these sessions and they've discussed varying political views, varying views about their values with one another in ways that were safe and where people felt like they could be honest. And we've made a lot of connections. People have made friends. tonight we're looking at the obligations that citizens have to basically support the teaching of civics, which is something that is generally observed to have declined in American society. And the other one is a very important and dear concept to my own heart, which is respecting government service. And that's anybody from someone who's served in the uniformed services or someone who's your local librarian or your delivers your mail. So that's going to be the discussion tonight. But again, our discussions are sort of free format. So we may discuss that, we may discuss other issues, right? Libraries are also a public good and a public commons. So it's a place where anyone, any of your neighbors can come and be safe, read a book, check out a movie, make connections with their neighbors. And that is the focus of this program, is we are experts at connecting people with media, connecting people with resources that help them out in their lives. And one thing we really want to focus on, especially this year and starting with this programming, is that last aspect of connecting people with their neighbors. Because, you know, we're all in this together. We're all one big community. Baton Rouge is one big community. And we want to help people see one another as neighbors.
This was such an impactful series. Attendees even indicated that they wanted more. So we're working on plans for 2025. And for those of you who want to go back and pick up what you missed or create your own series, the library has copies of the book available in multiple formats, and the documentary is still available too. Visit the Bill of Obligations LibGuide for more details. Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that making things is good for us all. That's why we have maker spaces at 4 locations and a 3D printing service at the main library. The maker spaces have a variety of tools and equipment to enable both creative and practical projects. This includes 3D printers, sewing machines, audio-visual gear, and much more. Get a library card. Get free access to makerspaces at ebrpl.com/makerspaces.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available through the Libby app. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
A thriving business community is good for us all. That's why we help entrepreneurs start businesses with Gale Business Builder. Get a library card, grow your business at ebrpl.com/business.
You're watching the December edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. The library not only produces its own free programs for the community, but also serves an important role in providing space for town halls and meetings and open houses where public officials can share important information with local residents. This fall, we hosted programs related to Move BR, the Plan of Government, and the Jail Task Force.
We're at the Scotlandville Branch Library with members of the community and Councilman Darrell Hurst to discuss important plans for rebuilding the Parish Prison and the Juvenile Detention Center. Let's check it out.
In the lobby and then go on to that area. With this facility, we have...
So I'm a member of the library board, and the great thing about it is the library is accessible all throughout the parish in every corner of the community. And what that allows us to do is to make sure that we can touch everybody to help them tell their story, but also to help us tell the story about how the library is not just a place of books, but it's a place of tools and resources that people can access to make a difference in where they live, work, and play. And so what we're talking about today is community outreach, community impact, and engaging feedback, getting feedback by leveraging the library and being in those four corners to make the difference that we're trying to make.
Or something like that. So design facilities for the families that come to visit.
So I had the opportunity to visit the facility early on. It's deplorable. I'm not telling everybody I wouldn't let my dog go there, wouldn't let my kid go there. And if I don't want my kid there, then I don't want my constituents' kid or a member of our parish there. It's unsafe, not only for the guards, but for the inmates as well. And so we need to do something that brings humanity back to the justice system. And that's what we're trying to do through this project.
Their input is much valued. We definitely need to take what they say, because this is the community. This is something that'll be built for their community and their community, and therefore their opinion and their input is the catalyst. That is actually, their input is where we got the guiding principles from. So when you see the guiding principles tonight, that's their input. That's not ours. We gave some, for instances of what it could be. They came up with the guiding principles, and that's what's going to guide this whole process. We know that there are certain things in the building that you need, right? Those are just things that are known. I mean, it's brick and mortar and air conditioning, things like that. But the programs that go into it, the things that the community want to see in this facility, that's really what's going to guide this whole process. Expanding different programs, such as AA or things like that. I keep going back to mental health. There's such a mental health crisis going on, but that's one of them. But also giving them access to GED and for the juveniles to school, things like that. There's so many different learning environments now that even in regular school, much less in a juvenile facility. But technology is a big thing, right? So there's a lot of learning on tablets, but there's a lot of in-face learning, and so the goal is that. And once we get all this information, that's going to again guide the process of. School, whether they do, library on tablets, or they actually have a library they go to, or they have a library that they bring in. All those things will be decided with the process. We're kind of in the infancy of the process right now.
At the library, you're always invited to participate in the shaping of your community. You can do that by visiting your local library, checking out the Source newsletter, or by visiting ebrpl.com for more opportunities to visit town halls like this one.
An informed citizenry is a key component of democracy, and the library is honored to be part of this democratic process. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/ebrpl. We need some holiday traditions based on beloved literary classics. Are you a Cajun night before Christmas family? Is there a leg lamp in your window? Share. That's facebook.com/ebrpl, and while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in January? New year means new resolutions. We'll help you keep them. Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow, and remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.